to Hope Channel Zambia, media that changes lives. It is time for the news, and I'm your anchor, Meboch Timbiti, alongside George Kalimukwa. Let's look at stories making headlines. Patrick Kangwa has not resigned. Government. Church urges unity, respect amid Lungu funeral dispute. LCC commences 1.8 billion kwacha rehabilitation of township roads. NUPES condemns assault of a female deputy head teacher. This plus more stories. Join me after the break.
Imagine a home that thinks with you.
Opening. Hang on. The My Gate is open.
With Epitome Engineering Limited, the future is here. From smart circuit breakers to smart switches, smart sockets, smart locks, and the smart home controller that brings it all together, Epitome Engineering transforms your space into a truly intelligent home. Epitome Engineering Limited, your smart life.
Welcome back, and now the news in details. Government has dismissed rumors circulating on social media alleging that Secretary to the Cabinet Patrick Kangwa has resigned. Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana said in a statement that the rumors are false and that there is no cause for Mr. Kangwa to resign. He has appealed to members of the public to dismiss the rumors with the contempt it deserves and has urged law enforcers to take action.
Government wishes to dismiss rumors circulating on social media to the effect that the Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Patrick Kangwa, has resigned. The rumors are totally false. Mr. Kangwa is currently in office and working, and there is absolutely no cause for him to resign. I wish to take this opportunity to appeal to all citizens to dismiss the rumor with the contempt it deserves. I also wish to ask the law enforcement agencies to curb the circulation of false information, especially at a time when the country is in mourning.
The Council of Churches in Zambia has called for unity, healing, and mutual respect amid ongoing standoff between the government and the family of the late President Edgar Lungu over funeral arrangements. Speaking at a press briefing in Lusaka, General Secretary Right Reverend Emmanuel Chikoya described the situation as regrettable, noting that the uncertainty surrounding the funeral is affecting a nation still in mourning. Reverend Chikoya appealed to both parties to urgently find a common ground, stressing that the grief of the Lungu family is shared by the entire nation and that the former president deserves to be mourned with dignity and respect. He emphasized that this moment should not be viewed as a power struggle, but as a national loss. Reverend Chikoya reminded the public that culturally disagreements are resolved after burial, not during mourning. And he has assured the nation that the church is actively involved in meditating behind the scenes and engaging both the family and the government.
It is regrettable that the funeral of a former head of state remains in limbo. This state of uncertainty is affecting the general functioning of the nation, which remains in mourning. We therefore urge both the government and the Lungu family to find common ground in the spirit of mutual respect and national unity and harmony. We would like the Lungu family to understand that the grief they are experiencing is shared by the entire nation. Dr. Lungu saved Zambia, and the nation deserves the opportunity to mourn him with dignity and indignity. This moment should not be perceived as a conflict between the Lungu family and certain individuals or stakeholders, but rather this is a national loss that calls for collective mourning and respect. In the African culture, and indeed even our own Zambian culture, disputes and challenges are often addressed after the burial, not during the mourning period, which should be marked by respect for the deceased, unity and harmony. We therefore call for the timely and amicable resolution of this matter in a respectful and considerate manner. The Lungu family needs healing. The government needs healing. Zambia as a nation needs healing. We all need healing.
A traditionalist has called for unity and cultural respect amid the standoff between government and the family of the late former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu over funeral arrangements and the delayed repatriation of his remains. Mr. Richard Mwanza says Zambia is not short of answers, but current impasses shows how cultural and traditional guidance is being overlooked. He reminded the nation that culturally an individual first belongs to a family, and in times of mourning, it is the family that normally guides the funeral process, supported by both religious and state institutions. He cautioned against allowing one side, be it government, family, or church, to dominate the process, emphasizing the need for compromise. He described President Lungu's funeral as a compound funeral involving multiple roles as a family man, lawyer, and former head of state, saying all involved must be allowed to contribute meaningfully. Mr. Mwanza urged political players to put differences aside and approach the matter with maturity and national unity. He acknowledged reports of past tensions between the late president and his successor, but warned that personal wishes of the deceased should not override collective responsibility in national mourning. Mr. Mwanza appealed to all parties, especially those in leadership, to rise above politics and help the nation give President Lungu a dignified send-off. He stressed that once all ceremonies are over, it is the family who will live with the memory, that the nation who must preserve the legacy. Mr. Mwanza urged stakeholders to respect the state, the family, and profession of the former president.
Let's all accept the fact that an individual belongs to a family, and it is that family that usually, in terms of funerals, that breaks the news, that guides how this funeral may proceed according to either ethnic groupings or ethnicity or religious belonging of this particular person, which sometimes the office may be slightly blank to. And so with the guidance of the family and the office, and sometimes or more especially the religion, will be able to guide us. And it is the family actually which will say, okay, fine, so we start from here, we will end here. But you are allowed to start from here and tell us where you end. Yes, the Lungus will have no any other Edgar Lungu replacement. The state will equally have no any other success president. It is done, it is dusted, just like we have no Kaunda, no Chirula, no Manawasa, no Arabi, no Sata. And now no Edgar. But we know that even as we gather and celebrate this individual, finally there is a family which will remain and say, oh, mutu tianganisa huku, mkosi tiolela huku, Iya maliro aya siasirira ku Chifwema tienda kuleta huko. So at that point you will have seen that the government will have withdrawn, the church will have withdrawn, lawyers will have withdrawn, and that will remain to the family. We need to reach compromise. All of us are in mourning, but we should be able to accept to lose quarter way and say, now waniweni wake nayo banja nayo inambali, let them play. And perhaps it's also very, very important to whisper to the family that every time we have a unique funeral like this one, for me, what is important is we need to throw politics away at some point and trade as brother, trade as sister, and trade as one. But the truth is, whatever my wish would have been when I was living will not prevail when I die.
Some residents in Lusaka's Chifundo area in Lusaka's Chawama constituents have expressed happiness over the roadworks. The residents said they have been facing challenges during the rain season to connect to other areas because their road is prone to floods. They have called on government to also consider constructing a drainage to ease the passage of floods to the main drainage. And Lusaka City Council Public Relations Manager Chola Mwamba has told Hope News that the council has started the rehabilitation township roads in Lusaka district. Ms. Mwamba says the project is funded by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development at a total cost of 1.8 billion kwacha.
The children are playing on a new paved road. This is in Lusaka's Chawama constituency. This road is one of the flood-prone pathways during the rainy season. With the coming in of the roadworks, the residents are elated with this development.
Tukukoichi isetia mika mwandi kapenda chino chaka tizankhala kubwino ndaba awo sivimankhala vintu kuno manzi yamativuta maningi chabi. So apa awe tiyamika mwandi tifuna nchito ipitilize. Sivana bwelele kwali ndiye ioneka kulibe sivanalete ndiye chavene sivana bwelele kuti valeta vakonkanya so chabe vosevenza bwino maningi. Ero vali fast maningi.
Awo manzi kuno mwandi enzo nkalira ngati mvula yaloka sitezo kangi wano mopitira apa mwandi tiyamikira mwandi potifakira mapevu tizamwenda chebwino ngati mvula yaloka tenzovutika popita so tikafika chepa station tibwere kuno kwezo nkala manzi mwandi tiyamikira potifakira ko mapevu.
Aho tivera bwino kaidi yapatizanga chabe bwino no manzi tenzovutika so batikonzera road awo sensewo yamikira nsewo kondwera apa bode batikonzera road.
The residents are now appealing to government to also construct drainages.
Na drainage ifunika kutika imanzi yazingira kwa drainage ngati mvula yaloka.
Drainage ifunika so that manzi yazienda huku yataila mu drainage. Manje manzi yamachoka huku yabwera kuno. So mu manyumba timangenelewa manzi chifukwa cha drainage.
These works have a blessing from government, according to Lusaka City Council Public Relations Manager Chola Mwamba. LCC has commenced the 1.8 million kwacha road rehabilitation works in various townships.
Lusaka City Council has commenced the rehabilitation of township roads in Lusaka district, covering a total distance of 40.1 kilometers under 3 lots. This project aims to provide a safe and reliable road network for easy transportation in the city. The rehabilitation works include creating extra lanes on some roads, constructing new pavement layers, drainage works, and installation of road signage. The project is funded by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development at a total cost of 1.8 billion kwacha.
By broadcast time, the contractor was not on site because he had run out of quarry dust. Esnat Mbewasikazo, Hope News, Lusaka.
Iteji Town Council has successfully completed the construction of Bosanga Modern Clinic, which was funded through 2024 Constituency Development Fund. The facility was officially handed over by Iteji Member of Parliament Twambo Mutinda and expected to serve over 8,000 residents with essential health care services.
This is the building the people of Basanga have been calling a clinic and running to for the past 58 years. Built in 1968, the structure served over 8,000 residents with minimal space, outdated infrastructure and no proper sanitation facilities. Expectant mothers delivered their babies here, often without privacy or basic comfort. For decades, this was the only option. But today, the chapter comes to a close as the community receive a new health facility.
The people of Basanga, they deserve dignity. The people of Basanga, they deserve a clinic like this, not that one. But President Hakainde Hichilema says the people in the rural areas, they should have equal treatment with the people who are in Lusaka. And that is the reason why the president is saying, can we concentrate in the rural areas? Can we take development? In the rural areas, they are equally people. And that is the reason why our leadership in Itezitezi, we want to take development everywhere.
The clinic includes maternal health rooms, male circumcision space, and modern sanitation facilities.
Priority number one being maternal health, which has been handled well with this new infrastructure in the sense that it has scattered all the three domains of maternal care. Not only that, this infrastructure will help other services to be provided. The likes of male circumcision bay has been imported in this new structure.
The residents present high
41 years. 41 years
After 58 years, Basanga finally has a health facility that matches the strength and spirit of its people. The handover was witnessed by Chief Musungwa, Iteji District Commissioner, Council Chairperson, among other dignitaries. Damon Chitalu reporting for Zanis, Iteji District of Southern Province.
We now take a short break. We'll be right back.
There is nothing quite like the thrill of catching your own fish. And at Papino Investments, we bring that experience to you. Papino Investments, the home of live fish, has everything you need to make your meals unforgettable.
It has a different taste. And that is why I enjoy coming to this place.
From live fish that you can catch for yourself to smoked fish, just chickens and beef, we have a wide range of products that will satisfy your shopping needs. And if you're looking for something else, we have a wide range of groceries to choose from, including Hope Channel decorders. At Papino Investments, payment is easy. You can pay with cash or use our mobile money services. Visit us today at Robert's Fish and Veggies Building, Challenge Market, Lusaka, or call us at 0955 108708 or 0976 543822 or 0965 691909. Papino Investments, the home of live fish.
It's time for the biggest club football showdown this June on Top Star. For just 210 kwacha on Antenna Classic OD Smart. Kick off the FIFA Club World Cup on Sunday, 15th June with European giants Bayern Munich facing Auckland City at 18 hours and Paris Saint-Germain versus Atletico Madrid at 21 hours. Conclude match day 1 on Wednesday, 18th June when Manchester City battles Wydad Casablanca at 18 hours and Real Madrid versus Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal at 21 hours. Later, catch match day 2 action as Messi leads Inter Miami against FC Porto on Thursday, 19th June at 21 hours. And African giants Sundowns versus Dortmund on Saturday, 21st June at 18 hours. Quickly, get your Top Star decoder now and catch every goal from the group stage to the final, all live on World Football. Top Star, enjoy digital life.
Imagine a home that thinks with you.
Opening. Hang on. The My Gate is open.
With Epitome Engineering Limited, the future is here. From smart circuit breakers to smart switches, smart sockets, smart locks, and the smart home controller that brings it all together, Epitome Engineering transforms your space into a truly intelligent home. Epitome Engineering Limited, your smart life.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. National Unions of Public and Private Educators of Zambia, NUPEZ, has strongly condemned the assault of a female deputy head teacher at Chiundaponde Primary School in Lavushimanda district in Muchinga province by a member of the community. NUPEZ Secretary General Dr. Charity Kapamba says this incident is not only unfortunate but a disturbing reflection of the growing disregard for the dignity and safety of educators, especially female teachers who continue to face injustice, hostility in their line of duty. Dr. Kampamba says the union finds the incident very shameful and a sorrowful sight that undermines the value and role of educators in shaping Zambia's future. She says teachers are not only national builders, but the backbone of rural development, especially in hard-to-reach areas like Chiundaponde.
Crucial role in fostering community, unity and discipline, and in his message, he set the right tone in protecting educators and other public workers. The union also wished to remind the nation that educators, like all workers, have the right to safe and secure working environment. The recent ratification by Zambia of the International Labour Organization, ILO Convention 190, that is the C190, which aims to eliminate violence and harassment in the world of work, must not be symbolic. It must translate into real protection of all workers, including teachers in every corner of the country. In this case, we are talking about the space of work to be very safe. And in this case, possibly, let me also extend it to the learners. The learners too deserve to have a learning safe space, especially a girl child in this case. In line with the Education Act of 2011 and the Public Service Code of Ethics, no individual has the right to interfere with the professional duties of a teacher, let alone physical assault or physically assaulting the workers. Those who take the law in their hands must take its full weight. Violence against educators is a direct attack on the Zambians' development agenda. NUPEZ in this case call on all stakeholders, that is the Ministry of Education, law enforcement agencies, traditional leaders and community members to work together in ensuring that educators are respected and of course protected. Let this be a turning point in Chiundaponde and across Zambia, where teachers are treated not with violence, but with the dignity and respect they so rightly deserve.
Nyemba Foundation, in collaboration with Upright Africa, will be offering general surgery, gynecological surgery, among other services to the public in Nyemba area. The two organizations have donated hospital beds, mattresses, stretchers, wheelchairs, toilets, drip stands, crutches, and office furnitures. Speaking during the launch of Surgical Mission in Eastern Province, Permanent Secretary Paul Tole has commended the two organizations for unwavering support in various sectors such as healthcare, education, empowerment, conservation, provision of clean water, among others. Mr. Tole says the launch of Surgical Mission in Nyimba district is a testament to the power of collaboration and partnership in improving healthcare services in the communities. He has appealed to community members to take advantage of the services and support to the health sector seriously. Meanwhile, Upright Africa Director Dr. John Woods says his team will focus on gynecological surgery, working in collaboration with the Ministry of Health in the district. Speaking on behalf of Nyimba Foundation, Mateo Nkoma says the focus of his organization is sustainable rural development healthcare. Meanwhile, Chief Ndake of Senga Speaking People has appealed to the government to complete the construction of Nyimba District Hospital. The traditional leader has complained that it has been over 4 years since the construction of the said hospital stalled.
It is with great pleasure that I officially launch this surgical mission in Nyimba District today. This initiative is a testament to the power of collaboration and partnership in improving healthcare services in our communities. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to Nyimba Foundation for their unwavering support in various sectors. Their contribution to the renovation of the surgical wing and donation of medical equipment and supplies is a significant milestone in our efforts to enhance healthcare services in Nyimba district. I urge the community to take full advantage of these services.
Our focus is going to be on gynecology and surgery. We have seen patients all last week. As was stated earlier, we've seen about 360 patients. We've seen a variety of different pathologies. We're already working hand in hand with oncology in Lusaka. So when we do see some of these advanced cases, such as cancer cases, we're not only going to be doing their surgeries here, we're going to be walking hand in hand with the Lusaka oncology team to get them a follow-up treatment, as in chemotherapy, radiotherapy, whichever type of support they might need.
Standing here, I would like to more sincerely thank the Upright Africa in conjunction with the Nyimba Foundation, who found it fit to come over to this area and provide these services. To the government, through you, PS, I'm happy that your presence shows the commitment to services that are going to be provided. But my special appeal is that indeed Upright Africa, in conjunction with the Nyimba Foundation, they had to do a bit of work to renovate the surgical ward. Without proper infrastructure, it is difficult to provide quality services. This is the more reason, PS, I would plead with you, appeal with you, that the infrastructure before us today needs an attention. The infrastructure has been standing, I believe, literally for more than 4 years or so. I know resources may be scarce, but with a bit of political will, I'm very certain that this infrastructure could be completed and provide the necessary quality health services that the district is in their need.
Mandy Manda, Executive Director of the National Legal Aid Clinic for Women, has called for zero tolerance towards perpetrators of gender-based violence, GBV. Ms. Manda has emphasized the need for strict prosecution of GB cases, ensuring that perpetrators are held accountable for their actions. She has noted that in the rise of the GBV cases in rural parts of the country, especially on women and children, Ms. Manda has called on all Zambians to join hands in raising awareness and empower women and children with knowledge to seek justice in the courts of law. She further said GBV survivors require a supportive environment, including sensitive reporting and empathetic of handling such cases. This call highlights the importance of diligent prosecution, preventing GBV cases from being resolved through private settlements or out-of-court agreements.
In our quest to disseminate, increase access to justice to marginalized communities. We're currently working we are currently operating in 3 provinces, Southern Copperbelt and Lusaka provinces, but we have a national-wide reach. We also rely largely on the statistics from the Zambia Police Service, and you will agree with me that cases of gender-based violence are very high in the country, and we see that year by year we continue to record an increase in the number of cases. Of course, the arguments are that perhaps there's increased awareness, so people are reporting more, but I also believe that because the cases are actually occurring in the communities before they can get reported, that means they are occurring, so the incidences are pretty high. And I always say that, I always compare with COVID, because I think when we were hit with COVID, we took stringent measures, as a country, and we were on lockdown. And I always say that even the statistics for GBV, I think it's also a pandemic in our country, and it requires everybody's support and effort to ensure that we address it. And sadly, these women and children who really are the survivors of gender-based violence access the remedies that are provided for under the Anti-Gender-Based Violence Act. The fast-track courts have been established by the judiciary, so we provide legal representation in the courts of law to ensure that they get the protection orders from the courts of law. And we are also working with the traditional leaders in certain chiefdoms to also sensitize the communities in the chiefdoms, but also largely to work with them, because some of the drivers of gender-based violence include harmful cultural practices. So we work with them to sensitize them on the importance of human rights, because women's rights, children's rights are human rights. So by engaging them, some of them, especially in Chief Chamuka's chiefdom in Chisamba district, for instance, Chief Unkulai in Mchinga province, Chinsali district, and also Shiwayunchi district under Chief Shakombila. We have done a lot of work in those chiefdoms. They have been, they're working on development of bylaws, for instance, to address gender-based violence by eliminating harmful cultural practices. And some of these practices are actually already outlined under the Anti-Gender-Based Violence Act and classified as acts of abuse. So they are taking steps further to ensure that they eliminate those practices and also promote positive social norms for change, for protection of women and children's rights. So by and large, I think a lot of work has been put in addressing gender-based violence, and I think that it is a responsibility of every Zambian to ensure that there is a zero tolerance towards gender-based violence.
Chairperson of the CEO's Debt Alliance, Father Mutale, has called for urgent reforms to Zambia's economic and debt management system, citing the country's high debt levels and structural economic challenges. Speaking during the in-country Africa Forum on Debt and Development, he emphasized that Zambia's current debt, standing over 25 billion US dollars, or 97.24% of GDP, reflects deep-rooted issues in policy choices and global financial inequality. The event, supported by AFODED, has hosted by the Center for Trade Policy and Development, brought together policymakers, creatives, academics, and media under the theme Reparatory Justice, Reforming Economic System for Sustained and Inclusive Growth in Zambia. Father Bwalia highlighted how Zambia's tax weaknesses Father Mutale highlighted how Zambia's tax weakens unjust global system and climate shocks have worsened the country's fiscal condition, urging a shift towards climate resilient and poor spending.
Zambia's debt problem didn't begin yesterday, of course. It is a complex crisis with multiple layers and interconnected causes. Our tax base remains narrow, largely due to poor administration and loopholes that allow untaxed wealth to thrive. As a mineral-rich country, we continue to suffer losses due to unjust global financial system that allows wealth to leak away from resource-rich but economically vulnerable countries like ours. After the highly indebted poor country's completion point, HIPC, Zambia moved from concessional to commercial borrowing, including the $3 billion in Eurobonds, often without thorough project planning or even accountability in some cases. Today, we are repaying for decisions that didn't build the resilient economy that we envisioned. The 2023-2024 drought laid bare our exposure to climate shocks. Power shortages that followed crippled the mines, households, small-scale businesses. Immense imports drained our resources. These climate-induced fiscal shocks have made it clear that climate justice and debt justice are interconnected and inseparable. Misallocated funds, ineffective oversight, and misuse of public resources, as shown over the years in the Auditor General's reports, have further burdened the national purse. As a CSO Debt Alliance, we serve as a bridge between the state and the citizens. We attempt to demystify debt issues for the public, engage decision makers, and hold power to account.
Thank you so much, and on that note we conclude our news. But before we go, here are stories that made headlines. Patrick Kangwa has not resigned government. Church urges unity, respect amid Lungu funeral dispute. LCC commences 1.8 billion kwacha rehabilitation of township roads. NUPES condemns assaulting of a female deputy head teacher. On behalf of the news crew and the entire production team, I've been your anchor, Meboch Timbiti, alongside George Kalemokwa. Stay blessed.